Okay, guys. So I want to go over slope again with you because we did a lot today, so I want to make sure it kind of sinks in for you. Slope. Slope is a fraction. It is represented by y over x or rise over run. Slope is a constant rate of change. Now, we're talking about straight lines, so linear functions on a graph. Okay, so the slope never changes regardless of where the 2 points that you select on a straight line, because it will always stay the same. Now, here's the formula. M, which is slope, is equal to the second y value, right, because we need 2 points, minus the first y value over the second x value minus the first x value. So, what does that mean? Well, so if I have points with, I don't know, -1, 3 and -4, 4, I've got 2 points there, which means that I will have a line if I connect the dots. I'm going to plug this into the formula to see what the slope is. You have to use the formula when you just give something like this. So for instance, if you had a graph, you'd be able to do the inspection method, which we'll do next. But for this, I've got to do the formula because I don't have any visuals. So here is what I have here. This is the first x value, this is the first y value. This is the second x value, and this is the second y value. I'm going to plug them into the formula, and we're going to see what happens. So y2 is 4. Minus, remember the minus is built in, okay? Y1 is 3 over x2, which is -4, built-in minus sign, x1 is -1. I've got to represent that somehow. Now, I'm going to end up here with 1 over change, -3. So my answer is the slope of this line is -1 over 3. Now remember, yeah, that's still right as a fraction, but you want the negative sign to be with the numerator because that's going to help you go down, right, for the rise part. So -1/3 is the answer for this one. Okay, good. Let's go over to the inspection method, and it's going to be the same graphic you saw today in class. Slope is rise over run. Well, I can use the formula, or very much easier, what I can do is I can go from this point to that point, left to right, rise over run. Well, I can have a negative rise. The negative rise here is -2, okay? Because I'm going down 2. Down is negative. And then to the right 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be -2 over 4, which simplifies to 1/2, negative style. So -1/2 is the slope of this line. Regardless of the 2 points that I choose, I'm still going to go down 1 over 2 to stay on the line. Down 1 over 2 on the line. Down 1 over 2, still on the line. Down 1 over 2. You get the point, right? So it's still going to be down 1 over 2, I'm going to stay on the line. Okay? Down 1 over 2. Okay. So, we also talked about some other things today. So, one of those things was slope-intercept form. So, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Now, it gives me the slope, and it gives me the y-intercept. This is weird, kind of. Nothing going on here. Woo. Anyway, all right. So, the slope is this, right? Slope. And this is the y-intercept. Okay. The plus sign is built in. So, for instance, if I gave you something like this, y equals -1/4 x plus arrow. No, 3. Tell me the slope and tell me the y-intercept. Well, the slope is -1/4, and the y-intercept is 3. Okay. Very simply, if I had a minus sign here only, the y-intercept would be -3. Same slope. Please don't ever tell me slope is x or -1/4 x. That's not true. These are coordinates. They're something completely different. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that just yet, but it's coming to us. Okay, slope-intercept form. Very good. We talked about graphing a line. So if I have a makeshift graph, okay, and let's actually use that same line. So y equals -1/4 x plus 3. The way I graph this line, okay, is I know the y-intercept is 3. So think about what that means, y-intercept. Well, this is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. Y-intercept means it's going to touch the y-axis somewhere. It's going to be at 3. So I want to find where 3 is on this line, the y-axis. If this is the origin, 1, 2, 3, this is where the line, this line, must at least touch this line. Okay? Because there's only really one line. This is just an axis. Now, I can plot another point to make what this line looks like. This is a rise, a -1 rise. So I'm going to go from here and I'm going to go down 1. The 4 represents run. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but I was still here. I'm going to be in this area here. Technically speaking, this is the line. Okay? That's the line. I mean, obviously that's not great because it's me. Well, actually it is great because I'm great. But that is what this line looks like. All these types of equations are a line, and that's that one. Okay? So we're going to get some practice with this tomorrow. Right? We're going to get some practice with graphing lines, more slope. But this is going to move fast. This unit's going to go very, very quickly because the next thing that's coming is systems. Okay? And systems we're going to spend some time on because that's challenging in and of itself. Check your work before you wreck your work. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Please, please, please make sure you're doing what you need to do. Watch the videos, do the fever. I'm going to upload it shortly. See you later.